it's Kathy, and I'm back with number 7 of my 12 days. So that means that we've got 5 more left. Dun dun dun. It's a countdown now. And um, the whole point of this series was to just get a lot of scrapbooking, like Christmas scrapbooking done, because it's actually one of the things I scrapbook the least. I don't know why. I just always find it really intimidating. So I never do it. So I'm not trying to think outside the box or go crazy or come up with like a new invention every time that I'm doing something. I just happen to like doing different stuff. So this week I have a picture of my tree from last year. I didn't scrapbook a picture of my tree from this year yet because I didn't take a picture of it, but it looks exactly the same. We don't change our decor from year to year very much. We add to it, maybe take away a little bit. I know that there's people that will have different themes. I totally applaud that because I would love to do different themes. I wouldn't have the space to pack that stuff all away and the money to spend on it, really. But I mean, like, that makes them happy, right? Like, do what makes you happy. So originally our tree was like this rustic theme. And it's got like a black and white check ribbon, and in the picture it's got a marquee star on the top. I don't normally try to put a tree topper on because it just never works. They're never made for real trees. You know, they're made to sit in this perfect top, which real trees never have. So anyway, I really like the picture. I altered it quite a bit just to get a really cool look with the lights going and stuff like that, and different colors shining. So you can see there, the green is very green. And I mean, of course, that wasn't the natural look of it. And the lights are shining they're twinkling quite a bit. And the wall is like a minty blue, like kind of a serene teal kind of color, and I really don't know what to call it. So I'm using a whole bunch of washi tape because, you know, a lot of people do this. They scrapbook and they make the washi tape trees. And the only difference with me is I'm making it on a separate piece of paper and cutting it out in a triangle. And mostly that was just because if I screwed it up, I didn't have to worry about ripping all that washi tape off of a piece of paper. And if it didn't look right and stuff like that. So this gave me a chance to make multiple ones. So I just had a piece of white cardstock sitting around from doing a cut file the week before, and I just used half of a sheet, so I had another half sitting around. So you saw me just layer washi tape. I didn't have a clear sense of which washi tape was going to go where. I just kind of eyeballed it as I went, like looked at stuff that I thought looked well, tried to space out things, like space out ones that had words, space out ones that had gold, space out reds, space out the black ones, like that type of thing, just so that it was even looking. There's washi tape there that's like the gold one is actually a Scotch tape, like Scotch brand tape that I bought at Staples. Quite a bit of it is from the Fa La 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 collection. I think it's called a buffalo check, is from Simple Stories. There was a scalloped gold one that's from Maggie Holmes Carousel. The black and white chevron is just my favorite one, and I got it at Michael's. And the stars are Chamel Little U collection. So there's not just Christmas stuff there. Oh, and there's 2 there that are from an old October Afternoon kit that I got a while ago. So, and it was kind of sticky. You saw me like have to, the Santa and reindeer one, I had to really go further, and that's because it had stuck together and there were sticky bits on it. So I had to get past that, but you know, it's washi tape. You get a ton in a roll, so who really cares if you have to waste a little bit? I don't want to do a whole lot of backing the photo or anything like that because the trees are going to be around it. So I'm using my favorite tissue paper, and that's from Michael's, and I just buy it in the party section. My ultimate favorite tissue paper is, there's like a polka dot with like really small, or like a white one with really small polka dots. I always see it, I think it's like Felicity Jane kits are packed in it or something. And I'm always like, oh, I want that tissue paper. I don't necessarily want the Felicity Jane kits, only because it's always really feminine stuff, and I have enough of that. They are beautiful kits, but I always want their tissue paper. Anyway, long story short, that's my favorite tissue paper at the moment. It's my only tissue paper at the moment too. And I'm gonna just like go around and try to figure out where I want these trees. I'm not sure how many I want on one side versus the other, and I know I'm going to put other things there, and I don't want to cover up too much of the photo, and I have to pop a few up on with like the fun foam. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out what to do, and I'm still having trouble with that Tombow thing. Ever since I've bought 3 new replacement packs, and you guys saw me struggle like a while ago with them, and now I haven't thrown any out. I have used them, but they're constantly not winding properly, and I'm getting so frustrated because I've never had this happen before, and I've owned that same one for several years now. And I'm just like, okay, so do I need to buy the little replacement one, like the new holder, so that maybe it's not gripping anymore? And then I keep wondering if I should just wing it and go with an ATG, but I'd have to buy everything online. Ugh. Oh, the dilemma. I should have asked for one for Christmas. I didn't think it through. This year, everyone was like, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, nothing. I have no ideas. I had 0 ideas. I keep hitting my Wacom tablet. Sorry. I talk with my hands. So anyway, so I'm bringing in, back to the layout, I am bringing in the Crepe Paper Fa La 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 collection chipboard. That tree is beautiful. I was going to hoard it for the perfect picture. This feels like the perfect picture. Now, I like my trees. I think they're really cool. I am going to put some sequins on them to make them look like the chipboard tree. I really like the effect of that tree sitting with the other trees. This is just going to be a hodgepodge of ephemera and chipboard and different things. The very vintage looking ones that you see there, they are from K & Company, and I bought those a long time ago when I was making stuff for a craft fair. And I was making paper product type things like plaques and large Christmas ornaments and things like that. And so I still have a ton left over. And I'm like, why not? I mean, the Fa La 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 collection already looks vintage. Why not break out even more vintage stuff? And I really love the contrast that these very, like early Christmas decor looking pictures against the more retro ones. Like I would call the K & Company one vintage. I would call the Fa La 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 one retro. I don't know. Those are the words I would use to describe them. And I think they go really well together. It's just an interesting combo. And it took me a while to get that little paper cluster the way I liked it. And I kind of hid where it said December 25th on the book, only because this tree picture was not taken on December 25th. And I just kind of wanted it there to cover up. There was a banner around him, and it said Holly Jolly. And it was really cute, except the colors were none of the colors that are in this layout. They were like blues and browns and oranges, and there is none of that in here. So there was no need to have that. And I love that little kid that's like playing the instrument, and it says The Magic, because I love Christmas trees so much. I love getting them up, and I love the lights, and I just love lights. I must be a crow or something, because I'm like, ooh, shiny things. But no, I love like Christmas lights. I always love having like fairy lights out all year round in places. I just think it's so pretty just to sit there and with the ambiance of them. Anyway, so I just kind of scattered stuff around. This is really ended up being a very haphazard layout, and I really love that about it. I had no ideas when I started, just that I was going to use washi tape and I wanted to make some trees. That was People do often ask me like, okay, so where do you get your inspiration from? And it's usually one thing. This is what I often tell them. It's usually I will see something online, whether it's a bow or a style or a word, like it could be anything. In this case, it was just, I want to use some washi tape and make some trees. And the whole thing just branched from there. No, so yeah, most of the time it always starts with one idea and branches out from there. It took me a really long time to figure out what I wanted to do for a title. Because I don't know, I was just determined that I was going to use some black foam thickers. I don't know why. So the love is from the Girl Squad collection from Pebbles. And I'm going to end up writing Love Lights, and that's from the I'll Be Home for Christmas. It's a part of the song. I'm not going to sing it. I don't think I have a bad singing voice. I just don't want to do it. Anyway, so I'm going to put Love Lights just because I love the lights. And it's where the love light gleams. So I just think it's a nice sentiment. I mean, my other thought was like, hashtag Christmas tree done. So it was two different spectrums of an idea. I'm going to put a little washi tape just to kind of ground everything at the bottom. I did put it at the top too, but I did not like it. It didn't need it because that dark love is there, so it grounds it enough. I'm going to finish it off with Heidi Swap Color Shine in Cherry, which is the red one. And if you splatter it around just right, it doesn't look like blood, which is nice. But I do have this issue when I'm done that I just put way too much on and it's just everywhere. So I end up putting more sequins on to kind of ground it, I guess, make it look like I didn't just put it everywhere. Because usually I try to put it in like 2 or 3 places. But in this point, I accidentally just kind of went a little overboard with it. So when I do something like that, especially with something like mist or whatever, then I will add something to the cluster of mist, like a sequin or an enamel dot or something like that, or a brad, just to kind of make it look a little bit less like it's just a bunch of mist everywhere. And so yeah, I do end up putting some more sequins on. And I just use Maggie Holmes ones that I find. And then I draw a few stars in with some black ink, like just a pen. And I do it off screen, but I do put some journaling in, and I go along the chevron print on the bottom to just do a tiny little bit of journaling. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up, besides me gluing down these. So anyway, pictures are coming up. Thank you guys so much for joining me again. I can't wait to put up the next video for you. And thank you for joining me on my 12 days of Scrappy Christmas, all the way up until Christmas. And I'm not sure when I'm going to stop. Have an awesome day. And if you want to help support the channel, you can always support me on Patreon. Link is going to be in the description below and at the end of the video. And yeah. That's it. Like and subscribe, comment. It all helps. Love yous all. And I will totally see you on the next video.